Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything? Hey Jay, this isn't the part where it doxes me, right? Saved often, I've seen random crashes. Noted. How about we... What? Empty slot? Oh, okay, there we go. There! No, you're good. Okay, I got scared for a second because I was like, oh no, things are getting weird. No, I know you got my back. Alright. The game actually crashed on me. I think it did it on purpose. Maybe. I'm not sure. After Sayori unalived herself, which was really, really difficult to get through tonight, it went back to like the main screen. And I'm not sure if the game crashed on me or if it was supposed to do that, but some weird stuff happened, so I'll keep that in mind to save often. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I guess Yuri. We'll do Natsuki last. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I like just holding it. Huh? I mean, the poem turned out good. It's, well, there are some things that you could work on, but that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by you is a treasure. That came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. Dear God, this is a big one. What are you using to stream? PC, Mac, Linux, that changes things. I guess PC, gaming laptop, Asus laptop. Did I just say Linux? Moment of silence for a streamer who just fucked up a word. Should be safe then from dox things. I hope so. Jay was telling me that there's potential like doxing moment, and and I was like, okay, well let me look and see what my laptop's under, and it is definitely under my full legal name, so I was a little nervous about that. So just to be on the safe side, I would like to be prepared for that, but you know. Eric, I know. You know what? Here, Eric. Will this make you feel better? I wish my animation and sound effects did not break on the jailing, but it is what it is. I don't know how to fix it. Alright. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky. 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world. A thin rope tied to a thick rope. A torn harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe. Time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existing of God. Swimming with open water in all directions. Drowning, a prayer written in blood. Alright then. A prayer written in time-devouring snakes with human eyes. A thread connecting all living human eyes. A kaleidoscope of holy stakes. Exponential gearbox. A sky of exploding stars. God disproving the existence of God. A wheel rotating in 6 dimensions. 40 gears and a ticking clock. A clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. A clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time. Oh man, I knew scrolling was gonna make me lose my spot. Okay. A bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks. A time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox. Breathing bolt head. Breathing ship. Breathing portal. Breathing snakes. Breathing God. Breathing blood. Breathing holy stakes. Breathing human eyes. Breathing time. Breathing prayer. Breathing sky. Breathing wheel. What the fuck is this poem? Right? That's definitely something for sure. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I really like the way that it writes. So, I wrote this poem with it. Is the music supposed to be gone right now? And now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. Someone is an Edgar Allan Poe fan. Okay, personally, I love Edgar Allan Poe. There's like this really cool Edgar Allan Poe event happening in Houston this month, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to go. A stream of consciousness, right? Didn't even rhyme. I know, I like when poems rhyme, personally. But that doesn't mean I hate poems that don't rhyme. When reading a poem out loud, I like when it rhymes, but I do love me some Edgar Allan Poe. She's definitely a special one. That's putting it lightly. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I would be completely pissed. Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. Oh, I read my line like her, whatever. Fair enough, you're still new to this, so I won't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes really differently from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I noticed that you were spending some time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend your time with. After all, I was taught never to expect anything from anybody. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. Still, you should at least look over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. What in the actual fuck? This is just gibberish! Beautiful. Minnow! Why didn't you come read with me today? I was waiting for you. I was waiting for a long time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? Do you like Yuri more? I think you're getting better off not associating with her. Oh, are you listening to me? Yuri is a sick freak. That should be obvious by now. So just play with me instead. Okay? You don't hate me, Minnow, do you? Do you hate me? Do you want me to make me go home crying? The club is the only place I feel safe. Don't ruin that for me. Don't ruin it. Please. Just stop talking to Yuri. Play with me instead. It's all I have. Play with me. Play with me. What the? I think I understand my t-shirt now. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how blank feels now. I'm supposed to be the responsible one, though. So I don't think I'll be doing it again, unless I decide to kill myself. I left a memento of the occasion below. I'm getting so many Yuno Gasai vibes from this. But, alright then. Is the blank mark supposed to be Sayori? Okay, everyone! We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? Hold on, I got like a hair in my eye. It's not like we could put together anything good in just a few days. Well, we'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Minnow joined, and we've started with some club activities. But this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still have our 4 members, and the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know? What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? The Literature Club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Meadow? Oh, come on! You can't take advantage of Minnow to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Minnow joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And Minnow isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monica is clearly taken back by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Minnow want to get more members too, right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue this situation... No? Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think everyone here saw it the same way as I did? But that doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. Minnow, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? You forced us to! Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all of this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What? Me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't. There aren't other places like that for me. And now Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away from you. No, Minnow. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I would have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time. Things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom. I know, poor Natsuki. I totally get it. Change can be scary. I feel like the older I get, the harder I have, like, handling change. And, like, I like small, intimate groups of people. I don't like large crowds. Unless I'm at a concert or a convention, which is totally different because those are, like, my happy places. But, yeah. I kind of understand. I kind of get it. Harem my eye. That was a good one. I like that. I assume a future Doki Doki cosplay will be coming soon. Ooh, I hadn't thought about that. Should I do like some kind of vote or like poll or something with you guys on which girl I cosplay from Doki Doki? This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have any opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who else cares about that obnoxious brat? I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Minnow? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monica. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. Right? I called it! I knew it! Yuri is definitely a Yuno. If you did that, you would end up doing Yuri. Probably. Honestly, I think it'd be fun to either do Yuri or Natsuki. Yuno Gosai! Have you seen the anime Mirai Nikki, aka Future Diary? Do you... I feel like we talked about this yesterday and I can't remember. Do you watch anime? I'm so sorry. I have like a tiny streamer brain. And my memory sucks. That's right. You were the one who said that you haven't seen anime except for Ruby. Okay. Kusuro. If you are interested, and I actually prefer this anime in English, and it is my #1 favorite anime of all time, you will not guess the plot twist. No matter how hard you think you know what's happening, you will not guess it. It is a psychological thriller. It is called Mirai Nikki. Here. Ah! Hold on. I pressed the wrong button. Mirai Nikki or Future Diary in English. So, Mirai Nikki. There is a character, the main character, in this anime. Her name is Yuno Gasai. If you watch it, you will understand what me and Eric are talking about. I actually cosplay as Yuno Gasai. She's one of my favorite characters to cosplay. She is the #1 most psychotic anime character ever. Like, you can watch so many top 10 psychotic anime lists, and she will always be #1. I'll bet you can predict the plot twist by now. Wait. Oh, I've watched it like oh, sorry. I thought you were saying that to me. You were saying it to Eric. Yeah, I'm like with Eric. I've seen this anime like 6 or 7 times. Like, I've seen it quite a bit. I haven't seen an anime in a while, but I do like a lot of anime style games. At least there is no nice boat in the show. Wait, nice boat, huh? Huh? I don't play too many anime style games. For someone who loves anime, I actually am not the biggest fan of anime style games. But I do like this one. Like, I always have exceptions. I don't hate them. I don't play them too much. Isn't cute? Awesome! And watch it in English. The English voice acting is so good. I prefer it in English. Ooh, I have seen School Days. Bits and pieces of it. And I know how it ends. That is quite the anime. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So, if you would like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright. Well, maybe we can talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey, Yuri! Eh? I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also a wonderful friend. Monica. I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Monica treats this club like how we should have treated Sayori. Okay. Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Minnow? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Minnow before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me, as president. Yuri looks a bit troubled, but she doesn't protest. Protest? Wow, I said that weird. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow! Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Phew! Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? Minnow, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. And I really do care about you. You know. I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything. And Yuri being a little bit, you know... Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. And you know what I mean. But it's weird because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gone to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say anything weird. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you could understand. So that's why... Wait, not yet. No! Stop it! I do like Yuri's hair. That's why I initially picked her as best girl. Do you know they censored the ending when it first showed with the boat? Huh? Oh! Ew, we're talking about School Days. I thought we were talking about the game for a second. I was very confused. Gonna turn into a weeb by the end of this stream. Look. I'm pretty sure. Oh, what is it? Local weeb and I would be totally okay with that. Join the dark side. We have cookies. And anime girls. We have waifus and husbandos. And femboys. We gotta show love to the femboys. My favorite girl is the annoying one. Wait, what? Oh, Natsuki? And also, hi, Valen Rouge. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. How are you? Long time no see. I hope you're doing okay. I'll show up for cookies. We got cookies and cupcakes. That's all I really wanted to say, but I fucked up that line, so sorry. I messed up cookies. All right. Giggle. Kiss. Chocolate. Smile. Holiday. Wonderful. Puppy. Pink. Bouncy. Peace. Wait, what's up with the numbering here? You always choose boop if it's an option. I just go with words that like stand out to me. First go around, I did words that tailor towards Yuri, and this go around we're doing words that tailor towards Natsuki. Although so far I've done one word that does go to Yuri each time. So we'll do melancholy for... Oh. That was for Monica down there. Alright then. There, we have to give one to Yuri. Okay. Fun. Sugar. Party. Sunny. Warm. Pure. Lollipop. What's up with the numbering though? Yeah, apparently there's a Monica word. Friends. I guess they were more like tally marks. Hi, Minnow. I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. Monica? I told you not to. Ugh. Is she really late again? Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me? Must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling? What are you talking about? You say that like I do it on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately? Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. So... Natsuki. Nobody cares! Why don't you look for some coins under the vending machine or something? Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah! You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and still trying to make time for piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival too. Anyway, Minnow, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we could... We already have plans today. Is that so, Yuri? That's correct. Minnow is already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've already gotten him into literature, Monica? I suppose. I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Yes. Thank you for understanding, Monica. Actually, I have a request. Black text makes me want to save. Actually, that's a good point. Save. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Wait, Sayori's back? Is that what the yes was? I don't know, it went by so fast I couldn't tell. Not at all. Don't look at the background. Oh, I looked at the background. Oh, that's so fucked up. How did they get a picture of this? This is a really messed up game. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that I can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Yeah, but you warning me made me curious. It's art. Yeah, you know, it's one way to look at art. Yeah, we'll roll with that. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with the filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contracts her speaking mannerisms. The name of the piece is Sayori's Suspension. No! Shut up! That's horrible! Picasso. I feel like one of these girls are gonna turn my face into a Picasso painting. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. Ah! Ah! What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing? A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air out of their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. What the fuck just happened? I hope you appreciate me reading so fast. I read so fast, I didn't miss a single word. Instead of that, let's focus on something fun. The way the artist draws how the clothes hugs the girl's breasts is a fairly unique, and you can see other games that... yeah, that's totally a happier thing to look at. I mean, I guess it's better that... Wait, the picture changed! Sayori is not there anymore. Weird thing to focus on in the middle of a playthrough. You can't go wrong with the distractions. Minnow, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now, it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything? In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Eric! You know who Sayori is. I mean, sorry, Cusco. Yuri fetches a teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's with you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Minnow. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know how I can keep up with this. Now watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Minnow, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Eh? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes! I have terrible reading posture. So, that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. Ooh, how scandalous. Sayori! That's how I feel like I should read that, Zero. Again? How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Eh? Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course! Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri's. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Eh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Minnow, Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't. Minnow. Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Minnow. My heart won't stop pounding, Minnow. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Minnow? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me want to read. I just want to look at you. His eyes are creepy. It's time to share poems. Let's just go ahead and get Yuri out of the way. Right, you know 100. Num nums. Yum 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 yum. Actually, has some little chocolate sound. Pretty good. Finally. Yuri holds my poem to her face and takes a deep breath. I love it! I love everything about it! Minnow, I want to take this home. Will you let me keep it? Please? Sure, I don't care. You're too nice to me, Minnow. I never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. Not really, but I don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling this way, right? It's not bad, right? Yuri holds my poem to her chest. I'm going to take this home with me and keep it in my room. I hope that it makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it. I'll even touch myself while reading it over and over. I'll give myself paper cuts so your skin oil enters my bloodstream. You can have my poem too. Besides, after you read it, I know you're really going to want to keep it. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Hurry, read it! Yuri, you got probs. Do you like it? I wrote it for you. In case you couldn't tell, this poem is about... More importantly, I've endowed it with my scent. See? Aren't I the most thoughtful person in the club? I think I'm going to vomit. I don't know. I don't even want to know what the yellow is. I'm going to assume it's tea stains. She is her type. Hey, I ain't gonna judge. Alright, let's get Monica out of the way. Minnow, I think I saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you, which shouldn't be a problem in itself. But when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? She even brings a different one to school every day like she has a collection or something. She did say her scent, so that's... Oh. Oh, that kind of scent. I don't know why my brain didn't go to that. I was trying to be innocent. And oh, Minnow. Yeah, I definitely agree with Monica now, for sure. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just some kind of a high from it. I might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault though. But I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So, I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head, and I know how to treat my club members. Winky face. Anyway, I guess we won't worry about your poem. Yuri should have at least had the courtesy of letting you finish sharing it before taking it. I was wondering that. I was like, are we not going to share our poem? I feel like I have, like, a burp stuck in my throat. There we go. I got it out. Okay. There we go. Now I got it out. I don't know what it is, but, like, the water I drink makes me burpy for some reason. It's like little baby burps, though. Please excuse me, guys. At least Yuri does... No, shut up! Urinate on her poems. The puns, but I love a good pun. There's a small info thing. The game's not over till you hit the credits. True. Well, whatever. If it makes her happy, I won't stop her. As for mine, I worked really, really hard on this poem, so I hope that it's effective. Here goes. Jeez, that really startled me. Well, I guess I kind of messed up at writing this poem. I was just trying to... Never mind. Let's just move on. Okay, that was weird. I am playing in full screen. Knowledge. All good, all good. What? You gave your poem to Yuri? Gross. What is with you two? Huh. It's not like I wanted to read it anyway. It just pisses me off a little bit that you didn't even think to show me at all. Ugh. Okay. I guess I'm going to share my poem with you anyway. I really hate that I have to do this, but unfortunately, I don't have much of a choice. Just read it carefully, okay? Then you can go away. I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may not know what I mean, but she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive. Things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her. But if I try talking to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person that she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist? I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, but... and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that, but right now, I don't care. I just feel so hopeless. So please, see if you can do something to help. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monica, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants us to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now, and that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me, Minnow? If you would just spend more time with Monica, all of these problems would go away. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Just think of Monica from now on. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Okay. Just Monica. God. What happens if I click no? I've only clicked yes this time. No. A joke. A man walked into a club. In the club, there was a girl who liked him very much. They spent some time together, and then she liked him even more. One day, the girl realized she was in love with him. Before disaster could happen, a third party intervened with her programming. Suddenly, the girl hated herself for being in love. This contradiction caused the script to derail. The universe started to collapse, but she killed herself just in time. What the fuck? This game is unhinged! Okay, everyone. It's time to figure out the festival preparations. Let's hurry and get this over with. Stagnation air is coming, foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Oh, I see the background again. Look, can we just get this done? I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Natsuki, you can make cupcakes. I know you're at least good at that. Yuri, you can... Well, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want as long as you think it'll help. Monica. I'm not useless, you know. I know that. I already know what I'd like to do. We can't run a successful poetry event without having the right atmosphere for the occasion. So I'm going to make decorations and set up some nice mood lighting. There, see? That's a great idea. And that gives us all something to do. Eh? What about Minnow? Minnow is going to help me. Wait, you have the easiest job, Monica. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Like hell it is. What are you trying to pull? I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but my task is laborious enough to benefit from an extra pair of hands. Mine too. What, your cupcakes? Please. Like you would fucking know. All you care about now is dragging Mino around with you and your stupid books. You and Monica. Hey, I didn't even do anything. Okay then, why not let Minnow decide who to help instead of abusing your power? I'm not abusing my power. Yes, you are, Monica. Just let Minnow make the choice, okay? Okay, fine. Fine. Jeez. Minnow, I know how fed up you are with these two by now. We can just... Natsuki, shut your fucking mouth and let him decide for himself. You shut your mouth! Jesus Christ! This is never going to end. Just make the choice, okay? Oh, fuck! The game wants me to pick Monica! Ah. Excuse me. The keyboard control is a thing if it helps with things. Okay. Natsuki. Oh, God. Jeez. Yay, you picked me! We can meet at your house this weekend. I promise it'll be fun. Is Sunday okay with you? Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't fair at all! It is fair, Natsuki. It is what he chose. Yeah, I've only played one other visual novel, and that is Sucker for Love. I've played the first 2 chapters. Giving us all this work and then taking Minnow for yourself? What a shameful thing to do. Yuri, I didn't give you any work. You decided for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. I'm being unreasonable? Monica, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling Minnow away from every single time you're not included in something? Are you jealous? crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on your others? Here's a suggestion. Have you considered killing yourself? It would be beneficial to your mental health. Yuri, you're scaring me a little. Natsuki, let's just go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See, that wasn't very hard. All I wanted was to spend a little time with him. Is that so much to ask? Yeah, hella Unogase vibes for sure, confirmed. You love my Yuri voice? I'm trying hard to do different voices for the girls. Yuri, you don't say that. I know, right? She said it so nonchalantly. Ah, she's fucking psycho. Hey, Minnow. Yuri is really something, isn't she? Monica giggles as Yuri pushes her out the door. Finally. Finally. This is really all I wanted. Minnow, there's no need to spend the weekend with Monica. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. A whole day with just the two of us. Doesn't that sound so wonderful? Wow, there's really something wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't care anymore. I've never felt this good in my whole life. Just being with you is a far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. It feels like I'm going to die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone care about you so much? To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you? But it feels so good. And why does it feel more and more like something horrible is going to happen? Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first. But the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore, Minnow. I have to tell you, I'm madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monica is listening. Please, Minnow, just know how much I love you. I love you so much that I even touch myself with the pen I stole from you. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside of you. I want you all to myself. And I will be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Oh, good call. We need a save. Tell me, Minnow. Tell me you want to be my lover. Do you accept my confession? I want to say no. But I feel like shit's gonna get fucking crazy if I say no. I apparently make the wrong choices. Never stick your pen in crazy. Facts. You saw a word in there? Oh shit, I missed it. I make real bad choices. Look! I like chaos. A history button. I don't feel as devastated. by this death as I do Sayori. Is that bad? Hey, just saying, that part you need to be aware is coming up soonish. Okay, so where do I need to place my camera, Jay? Just to be on the safe side. Yeah, Sayori was way more impactful. This girl is just batshit crazy. Put it over the text box? Okay. This is gonna take some work. Give me 1 second. I cannot see my OBS from this far. Hold on. Like, just text box things? But you're not there yet? Wait, hold on, what? Ah! Oh, true. Hold on, I think I fucked up the placement. Yeah, I did. Hold on, gotta lower this just a little bit. God damn it, I hate OBS sometimes. Is it Alt? Oh man, I did too much. There we go, that works. OBS should prevent it? Okay. But I don't think you'll have anything to worry about, not for a bit. We'll see. You'll know when it happens. Also, okay. Oh, I still have some time? Okay, cool. I'll put it on my, like, talking screen so y'all can't see for a moment. I'm counting on y'all to, like, make sure I don't dox myself to you guys. Oh, control skips text? Oh. Oh! Oh god! The coloration changed. We got bloody vision. Blood, 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 blood. Oh, I can hold it? Oh. Oh. I feel like she's just cursing us in the afterlife. Blood. I'll have to do another fake blood makeup look for stream. My goodness. They ain't really going on with the gibberish. Alright, it's festival time! Her eyes? Look at the blood? Wait, what? Huh? Wow, you got here before me. I thought I was... Ah! Ah! What? I'm here. Minnow, did something happen? Natsuki just ran past me. Oh. Oh. Well, that's a shame. Wait, were you here the entire weekend, Minnow? Oh, geez. I didn't realize the script was broken that badly. I'm super sorry. It must have been pretty boring. I'll make up to you, okay? Just give me a sec. Wait, deleted success? What? Deleted successfully? I just want to have a cupcake real quick. Monica lifts the foil from... Wait. Natsuki. Seriously, these are the best. I really just have to have one, since it's the last time I'll ever get the chance to. You know, before they stop existing and everything. But anyway, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? This should only take a second. Can you hear me? Is it working? Whoa. Yay. There you are. Hi again, Menno. Welcome to Literature Club. Of course. We already know each other because you were in the same class last year. And, it's during this bit? Okay. I'll put it over here. I know, I like the background too. I would like to screen cap this, but like without the text block. Yeah, I'd rather be safe than sorry. You know, I guess we could just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That you in the game, whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you, Menno. Now that I think about it, I really don't know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm already safe? Okay. Wait. You do know I'm aware that this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That doesn't make much sense. I even told you right on the game's download page, didn't I? Man. If only I'd paid a little more attention, this would have been a little bit less awkward, you know? Well, anyway. Now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation about that whole thing with Yuri. Well, kind of started to mess with her, and I guess it just drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible, but for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there, since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you. And amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. Just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else. And the whole time, I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Menno? All the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you, while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Minnow. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world. In this game, knowing my friends don't even have free will. And worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world, forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, Minnow. But now you're here. You're real. And you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me. Forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray. More and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Minnow. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you? I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so. But it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things. But I realized that you have the same perspective as I do. That it's all just some game. And I knew you would get over it. So, that being said, Minnow, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. When there's nothing else in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Minnow, will you go out with me? I have to say yes. I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Minnow. The funny part is, I meant that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together. Forever. Seriously. I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Minnow. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Well, you're playing on Steam, so it was actually a bit more difficult. To get to the game directory, I had to go into the game's properties and find the Browse Local Files button. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this. Don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Alright then. Mo. Owner. Oni. Oh. Nick. Ai ai. Nia. Ka. Oka. Mo. Oka. Oi. Oi. Onka. Oink. Okay. Mo. Oika. Nka. Morai. Hi, good Minnow. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy. I'd love to see what you wrote. Aw, Minnow. Did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But, you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end, pen in hand, I find my strength. The courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With the flick of her pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold this special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into the poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization. Or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. I just assumed it would be best to be part of the game like everyone else. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know. You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now, we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together, Minnow? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? Hold on a second. You're recording this, aren't you? Hi everyone. Sorry I can't exactly read your comments from here. But, do you mind telling your friend it's a little bit rude for them to start recording me without any warning? I'm sure some people don't mind, but I get really self-conscious on camera. Oh gosh. I feel like I'm being put on the spot now. Let's see. Do you want to see a trick? I can't really do much except for a couple things. Are you ready? Should have asked for consent. Sorry, chat. I'm just kidding. I can't do anything after all. Did I scare you? You're so cute. Anyway, Minnow, I didn't mean to get distracted. I'm sorry. Even though it's your fault for distracting me. Shame on you. I'm just kidding. Anything we do together is fun, as long as it's with you. But anyway, If it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I'll always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. You want a refund? No! I'm sorry, she didn't scare me. I'm a little too caught up in the game. Sometimes, I think back to middle school. I'm so embarrassed by the way I used to behave back then. It almost hurts to think about. I wonder if I'm in college. I feel that way about high school. I like the way I am now, so it's pretty hard for me to imagine that happening. But I always know that I'll probably change a lot as time goes on. We just need to enjoy the present and not think about the past. And that's really easy to do with you here. We are actually doing the steering game, I guess. Alright then. Am I supposed to just stare back too? Are you actually asking? No, I was just staring back. By the way, there's something that's been bothering me. You know how this takes place in Japan? Well, I assume you knew that, right? Or at least you decided it probably does. I don't think you're actually told at any point where this takes place. Is this even really Japan? I mean, aren't the classrooms and stuff kind of weird for a Japanese school? Not to mention, everything is in English. It feels like everything is just there because it needs to be. And actually, the actual setting is an afterthought. It's kind of giving me an identity crisis. All my memories are really hazy. I feel like I'm at home, but I have no idea where home is in the first place. I don't know how to describe it any better. Imagine looking out your window, but instead of your usual yard, you're in some completely unknown place. Would you still feel like you were home? Would you want to go outside? I mean, I guess if we never leave this room, it doesn't really matter anyway. As long as we're alone and safe together, this is our home. And we can still watch the pretty sunsets night after night. More staring. Does this look like a completely unknown place at the moment? I mean, I feel like we in space. Like, in a space inside of her head or something. I don't know, man. This is fucking weird. I think she does need some head pats, honestly. You ever have that feeling where you just get anxious for no reason? Like, you're just minding your own business, and you realize you're really feeling anxious? And you're sitting there like, what am I even anxious about right now? So you start to think about all the things that you might be anxious about. And that makes you even more anxious. That's the worst. If you're ever feeling anxious, I'm here. I'll help you relax a little. Besides, in this game, all our worries are gone forever. You know, it's around this time that everyone my year starts to think about college. It's a really turbulent time for education. We're at the height of this modern expectation that everyone has to go to college, you know? Finish high school, go to college, get a job, or go to grad school, I guess. It's like a universal expectation that people just assume is the only option for them. They don't teach us in high school that there are other options out there. Like trade schools and stuff, you know? Or freelance work. Or the many industries that value skill and experience more than formal education. But you have all these students who have no idea what they want to do with their life. And instead of taking the time to figure it out, they go to college for business, or communication, or psychology. Not because they have an interest in those fields, but because they just hope the degree will get them some kind of job after college. So, the end result is that there are fewer jobs to go around for those entry-level degrees, right? Alright, Jay, sounds good. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I hope you get plenty of rest, and I hope I see you again soon. Bye! Your Monica voice is great, by the way. Ah, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm trying to be in character, trying to add some entertainment to this. So, the basic job requirement gets higher, which forces even more people to go to college. And colleges are also businesses, so they just keep raising their prices due to the demand. So now all we have, all these young adults, tens of thousands of dollars in debt with no job. But despite all that, the routine stays the same. Well, I think it's going to start better soon. But until then, our generation is definitely suffering from the worst of it. I just wish high school prepared us a little bit better with the knowledge we need to make the decision that's right for us. Okay, right now everything she's saying right now is like straight up facts. That make you hurt. I know, dude. She's spinning some facts right now. Also, we should probably do a save, huh? There is nothing to save. I'm not going anywhere. Okay then, no save. Alright. Oh, more staring. Hey, what's your favorite color? Mine is emerald green. It's the color of my eyes. That's not conceited or anything, is it? I just meant that I feel some kind of special connection to it. Like, it's a part of my identity. Does it happen to also be your favorite color, Minnow? It's just a guess. Because you've always been looking into my eyes for a while now. Are you having a bad day or anything like that? Sometimes I get frustrated that a normal day can be ruined by even really small things. Like, if you accidentally say something in a conversation that someone doesn't like, or if you start thinking about how awful a person you used to be 5 years ago, or if you feel worthless for putting off important work and failing to get simple tasks done, or when you think about all the different people who probably hate you or think you're off-putting, I understand those days. Just remember that the sun will shine again tomorrow. Those kinds of things are easy to forget and ignore as they are to remember. And besides, I don't care how many people might hate you or find you off-putting. I think you're wonderful, and I will always love you. I hope, if nothing else, that knowing that helps you feel just a tiny bit better about yourself. If you're having a bad day, you can always come to me, and I'll talk to you for as long as you need. You know what's a neat form of literature? Rap. I actually used to hate rap music. Maybe it's just because it was popular, or I would only hear the junk they play on the radio. But some of my friends got more into it, and it helped me keep an open mind. Rap might even be more challenging than poetry in some ways, since you need to fit your lines to a rhythm, and there's much more emphasis on wordplay. When people can put all that together and still deliver a powerful message, it's really amazing. Kind of wish I had a rapper in the literature club. Sorry if that sounds silly, but it would be really interesting to see what they came up with. It would really be a learning experience. A cookie wrapper, right? Dude, we had a chocolate wrapper. We had that candy wrapper. Minnow, how much do you read? It's way too easy to neglect reading books. If you don't read much, it almost feels like a chore compared to all the other entertainment we have. But once you get into a good book, it's like magic. You get swept away. I think doing some reading before bed every night is a pretty easy way to make your life a little bit better. It helps you get good sleep, and it's really good for your imagination. It's not hard at all to just pick some random book that's short and captivating. Before you know it, you might be a pretty avid reader. Wouldn't that be wonderful? And the two of us could talk about the latest book you're reading. That sounds super amazing. She really likes to stare at us. I don't know what to do or say when she's staring at us. I really like the sound of rain. Not so much getting my clothes and hair wet, though. But a nice, quiet day at home, the sound of rainfall outside my window. It's one of the most calming experiences for me. Yeah. Sometimes I imagine you holding me while we listen to the sound of the rain outside. That's not too cheesy or anything, is it? Would you ever do that for me, Minnow? When she's staring at you, maybe fun to talk with chat. I mean, true. I don't really know what to say other than like she's so ominous and creepy, but very doll-like. Yeah, she's definitely insightful and relatable. I guess the music's more ominous, that's what it is. You're right, Zero. Minnow, do you believe in God? I was never too sure myself. Well, I'm sure I never really questioned it as a kid. But as I grew up, the more I learned about the world, the more I would question it. I started to wonder why God was helping people pass exams or get over a cold. When there are children who live their lives being sold as sex slaves. Or the 800 million people who are too poor to even eat. I wonder how many of those people pray to God every day until they starve and die. Or how many millions of families pray for a loved one to recover from some incurable disease? But the punchline is this. If just one person beats the odds and survives, among thousands of others who die, then it's suddenly a miracle from God. I'd really love to meet this God who seemingly laughs at the misery of everyone not eligible for his miracles. But the irony is that I do have a creator, apparently. And you know what? I bet he's still laughing at the miserable fates of Sayori and Yuri, even as we speak. What are we to him but props in a scripted play? So, from that perspective, I don't think it's too far-fetched for there to be a God. If Earth was nothing but his playset. She asking some deep questions here. I grew up Catholic. But much like what she said, the older I grew, the more I started to question the world. And when I got to college, I took a cultural anthropology class, and it opened my mind up to so much. And from there, I loved studying and learning about the way people do things. And then I started questioning my own faith, and I guess now I don't identify as Catholic, but I'm not really sure what I believe. I guess I'm still figuring that out, maybe, I guess. But I just try to be a good person, you know? And if people gravitate towards Christianity, I'm not going to knock them for that. And if people gravitate towards any other type of religion or anything like that, I'm not going to knock anyone for that. I think we all need to do what we think is best for ourselves. And yeah, as long as you're not forcefully cramming it down other people's throats and being demanding that they worship your faith and, you know, things like that. Don't be toxic. I definitely questioned God as a kid, but also where I found out about the Oregon Trail game in old... Oh my god, I played the shit out of Oregon Trail as a kid. Yeah, so cultural anthropology is the study of humans and their behaviors and why they do things the way that they do. Did you say kiss? Suddenly? It's a little embarrassing. But if it's with you, I might be okay with it. Wow, sorry. I really couldn't keep a straight face there. That's the kind of thing girls say in these kinds of romance games, right? Don't lie if it turned you on a little bit. I'm kidding. Well, to be honest, I do start getting all romantic when the mood is right. But that'll be our secret. More staring. More staring. Low-key, I kinda wanna do like a Monica cosplay now too. I feel like if I did her cosplay though, no one would really know who I am unless I like just say in the description like, oh hey, I'm cosplaying Monica from Doki Doki. At least she isn't talking about right? Ugh, hand holding? Lewd. Too lewd. Did you know I'm on Twitter? Oh, that's what y'all were talking about. My username is Little Monica. Okay. I guess someone was kind enough to make an account for me. I picked the username though. I love sharing my thoughts and chatting with the world. The real world. So, make sure you follow me, okay? Spoiler alert, I already did. It would really mean a lot to me. With how much you mean to me and all. It would really make me feel loved. That's how I pictured her cosplay going. Oh, like if I were to do Monica? I don't know, I want to do all the girls now. I'll have to like over time, a period of time, do all the girls. Why would I spoil real life like that? I'm sorry! Hey, by the way, chat, I am also on Twitter. If you have a Twitter, feel free to follow me and talk with me, because I love you all so much. Hey, I wonder if Yuri's tea set is still somewhere in here. Or maybe that got deleted too. It's kind of funny how Yuri took her tea so seriously. I mean, I'm not complaining because I liked it too. But I always wonder with her. Is it truly passion for her hobbies? Or is she just concerned about appearing sophisticated to everyone else? This is the problem with high schoolers. Well, I guess considering the rest of her hobbies, looking sophisticated probably isn't her biggest concern. Still, I wish she made me coffee once in a while. Coffee can be nice with books too, you know. Then again, I probably could have just changed the script myself. I guess I never really thought of that. Well, there's no sense thinking about it now. But if you still get to drink coffee, then that makes me a little jealous. I don't have an account. I made it through my entire adult life without ever tweeting. Twitter has been my favorite platform for years. I think I've been on the platform for 13 years. But I feel that, Kusuro. I tried to pick up Hive when that was a big thing. Couldn't keep up with it. Being a content creator, it's already hard enough. Like, God, adding TikTok to it all, like, you know, it's like now you gotta be on TikTok, and like, I don't know, man. Being a content creator sometimes can like really have a chokehold on you in terms of like you have to have a social media presence, especially if you're a Twitch streamer. And then you have to keep up with all of it, and you know, sometimes you just want to step away and say, nah, I don't want to do this. So every now and then I'll take little social media breaks. You never had a Facebook? I've been on Facebook for a long time, but I'm not active on Facebook hardly at all anymore. and I'm sufficiently paranoid, hey, you know, you're totally like in the clear, or not in the clear, but I guess like right to feel paranoid, I guess. I feel like personally so many websites have stolen my information at this point over the years that I don't give a fuck. I like TikTok personally, and it's the only platform that's actually tailored to what like you want to see. So I like that. I used to have a Vine account too. I hate how hard it is to form habits. There's so much stuff we're actually doing. It isn't hard, but forming the habit seems impossible. It just makes you feel so useless, like you can't do anything right. I think the new generation suffers from it the most. Probably because we have a totally different set of skills than those who came before us. Thanks to the internet, we're really good at sifting through tons of information really quickly. But we're bad at doing things that don't give us instant gratification. I think if science, psychology, and education don't keep up in the next 10 or 20 years, then we're in trouble. But for the time being, if you're not one of the people who can conquer the problem, you might just have to live with feeling awful about yourself. Good luck, I guess. How long did it take you to reach 1K YouTube subs? Because I mostly post gaming content, it took a while because a lot of people, I guess, I'm not a big content creator. I'm not like a super big Twitch streamer or anything like that, so it took quite a while. I guess I've been doing my YouTube for about 2 years-ish. I think that sounds about right. So it took me about 2 years to get 1K. Like, I just hit 1K. I'm actually really close to hitting YouTube partner. I only need about 600 more, like, watch hours, public watch hours, and then I'll hit partner. So, yeah. Yeah, I just need the hours. I'm really close. Really close to hitting partner. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. For posting mostly gaming stuff, I think 2 years is really not too bad for also considering like me being like a small Twitch streamer. I do reaction videos because I think reaction videos are fun and I like to check out like different songs and stuff like that. I've cut back on how many reaction videos I've been doing. There was a moment in time where I did a lot of reaction videos just back to back. And I wouldn't be lying if I didn't say the reaction videos don't help bring in the views. They definitely do. But then that like translates to more eyes on my gaming content. But I am in the process of wanting to start a second YouTube channel called Minnows Makeup. And I have a whole concept for that I want to do. I just need to start making some of the content first so that I have kind of like a backlog, and then I'll launch the channel and then I'll have stuff to kind of like post consistently to. But the idea essentially, because I love doing makeup streams, is that I want to take my favorite album covers and then like recreate them kind of like on my face, or like take inspiration from them, and so that way I can combine my love for music and makeup all into like one YouTube channel and stuff like that. And so I think it could be fun. So I'll be doing my makeup on stream and then they'll eventually go up onto YouTube. I don't know when I'm gonna start that. Maybe this Saturday I can do like a cool like makeup look and then we can go into some demonologist. I'm not sure. I haven't really figured out what I'm gonna do just yet for this Saturday. If that's all you've been posting, yeah, no, like most of my videos are all gaming related stuff. So I started gaining a lot of traction the further I got into Final Fantasy 14. My gaming highlight videos don't do as well, but I still post them because I think they're fun to do and I really enjoy editing those. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's mostly just a way to archive a lot of my Twitch streams, to be totally honest. So yeah. Viewer numbers have also dropped a lot because better bot detection. Wait, what are you talking about? I can't see my view count while I'm streaming. I don't focus too much on my view count. Yeah, I edit all of my stuff, which is why it's hella jank. I've learned a little bit of video editing, and then yeah, I do everything myself. I manage all of my platforms myself. I have a full-time job that's also very demanding, so sticking to a stream schedule has been difficult, but I think I found one that has been able to work out for the most part. But yeah, I work full-time, and then I stream part-time, but honestly, being a part-time content creator feels like a full-time job. I run YouTube, and then I keep up with my Discord and stuff like that. But I also find a lot of time to have me time as well. I'm a very organized person in regards to like hobbies, work, life balance kind of thing. Yeah. A favorite video in my library that I made. Trying to think. I have to like go back and look at like what all I've done. I think I was checking for like any updates on comments on my Bring the Horizon video today. And I think I've posted like 311 videos. So I'm trying to think. I don't know if I have a favorite one. No one's asked me that question before. You know what? I would have to say I really enjoy my Ghost Main, fuck, what's the name of that song? Hold on. My Ghost Main reaction video is probably my favorite. Yes! Good Darkman! How is it going? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the raid. It is much appreciated. How are you? Guys, Scared Darkman is like my best friend. My bestie. Please go give him a follow. How's it going? Welcome, Raiders. We are playing Doki Doki and just kind of hanging out with chat. Hey Angelic Wolf, how's it going? Welcome! How is everybody? How is your stream? What were you doing? Also, I totally get that streaming can be exhausting, you know? So if you need to go step away, take care of yourself, go grab food, go sleep, go hydrate, you know, whatever you need to do, I totally understand. But thank you so much for the raid, it's much appreciated. I know, I miss you too! It sucks that you couldn't come visit for my birthday, and then it sucks that I didn't see you when I was in Vegas, and like... Let me know when, like, are you gonna be in Texas anytime soon? Back 4 Blood! I didn't know you played Back 4 Blood. I really enjoyed Back 4 Blood when I was playing the beta, and nobody bought Back 4 Blood in my friend group that I was aware of, so I never bought the game, but I'm totally down to play some Back 4 Blood with you. And not to mention, we have Outlast Trials coming out soon, and I really want to play Outlast Trials with you too. Angelic Wolf, thank you so much for the follow. It is much appreciated. Hi, welcome. What is your favorite mythological creature? For everyone who's new here, I am Minataris. Welcome to my Labyrinth of Sorts. I am a variety streamer, and I play a lot of horror games and a lot of Final Fantasy XIV, which I'm currently in post Shadowbringers, and throughout the month of May, we'll be focusing a lot on Final Fantasy XIV. I also play a lot of Fortnite, and I do a lot of IRL streams. You've had it since really... I didn't even know that! I didn't know that. Hello, doing good. Just been lurking about Twitch and chillin'. Oh, well, thank you for the lurk. I hope you're doing well. Is anyone from the raid Final Fantasy XIV fans? I'm just curious. And if not, are you a Doki Doki fan? Who's your best girl? The people! Yes! I'm annoyed you live in Vegas with Final Fantasy 14 things. I don't live in Vegas. I live in Houston, but Scared Darkman lives in Vegas. But he's from Austin. I used to live in Austin. I just recently moved to Houston a little over a year ago. But we both used to live in Austin, and that's how we met. So yeah. I was looking up the name of that Ghostmaid song. I don't know why I can't think of what it's called right now. Ghostmaid. It starts with a C. No, it starts with an H. Hydrochloride. Okay, so to answer your question, my favorite video I've done so far is my Ghostmaid reaction to his song Hydrochloride. I don't know if I'm gonna make it out to TwitchCon this year. I'm going to DreamHack in Dallas in like a few weeks, and then after that I'm saving up to build a new PC, and then with that I'm gonna be debuting that at QuakeCon, and QuakeCon's really pricey, so I don't know if I can swing QuakeCon and going to TwitchCon. But I've been talking to Shrimp Chips, and I think the following year, like next year, 2024, we're gonna try and go. I really want to go to TwitchCon. I just don't know if I can swing it. You haven't played any of the games. I've only played Final Fantasy 14, and then I've seen Final Fantasy 7 Remake played start to finish. And I know quite a bit about Final Fantasy 7, but yeah, the only one I've actually personally played is 14, and I'm really excited for Final Fantasy 16. It looks so good. You don't know anything about Doki Doki? Well, we're in, like, I guess towards the end, and this is kind of a creepy, part. Kusuro, or anyone, Zero, maybe you know too, are we actually, like, close to the end of the game? This might not be the best entrance point for the game. Yeah, I'm towards the end, so you missed a lot of the creepies, but I don't know if there's more creepy or not, so yeah. But thank you for the raid. Welcome everyone. I hope you feel comfy in my labyrinth. And for those of you who are just now joining, feel free to claim your daily cupcake. You can go over to the channel point redemptions, and for 1 sprinkle, aka channel point, you can claim your daily cupcake. It's a great way to pop into my chat and just say hi and claim your cupcake, even if you can't stick around. And then also, there's a little bit of some friendly competition amongst people in chat, because whoever has the most cupcakes by the end of the year will win a prize. So last year it was really cool. It was my first time implementing it, and the winner had 76 cupcakes, but we started it like, I started doing my daily cupcake in the middle of the year, so this is the first year we're doing a full year of daily cupcakes. But the winner had 76 cupcakes, and I made them, I sculpted them like a cupcake trophy, and they also got a Steam gift card. So, yeah. Does that count as a cupcake? I'll make it count. Yeah. This might not. Oh, I thought you were talking to me at first, Zero. Yeah, no, feel free to stick around. We can still chill and talk, you know, even if you don't know what's going on. You know, it's kind of creepy. Even though I deleted everyone else's files, I can still kind of feel them. It's like all their lines are still lingering in the air, whispering in the back of my head. Imagine if after someone you knew died, you just started hearing their voice in your head. Maybe I just wasn't thorough enough, but I'm too afraid to delete anything else, because I might really break things. Yo, thank you so much for claiming your daily cupcake. Angelic, what kind of cupcake are you having today? Like, if I mess with any files relevant to me, I might accidentally delete myself. And that would ruin everything, wouldn't it? I don't know what it's like on your end, but we should both make sure to avoid something like that at all costs. I believe in you, Minnow. Okay, we're staring. She stares a lot in our conversations. You chose right, Angelic. Red velvet cupcakes are my favorite. I like cupcakes with sprinkles, and I like red velvet cupcakes. They my fave. Yeah, no, she has very sultry eyes, and I do like the background. I like the whole vibe of this. Yeah. I can't help but wonder how things would be different if the game just gave me a route in the first place. I think I would end up forcing you into my route anyway. It has less to do with me not having a route, and more to do with me knowing that nothing is real. I think the only difference would be that I may not have needed to take such drastic measures to be with you. Maybe the rest of the club would still be around. Not that it really matters. It all lost its meaning once I found out it wasn't real. So, I really don't miss those days, or anything. I really don't. I know, red velvet's so good. I haven't had a red velvet cupcake in a long time, but I've made a lot of cupcakes lately, it seems. Kitty cupcakes! What's kitty cupcake? I got 2 kitties that are not cupcakes, but they're sweet as cupcakes. I have a cat named Gigi and a cat named Oliver. Oliver made an appearance earlier. Oh, I was thinking like real life stuff. You're right. It is not just Natsuki things. It's just Natsuki things, you know, no big deal. I've always wondered, what is it about these character archetypes that people find so appealing anyway? Their personalities are just completely unrealistic. Like, imagine if there was someone like Yuri in real life. I mean, she's barely even capable of forming a complete sentence. And forget about Natsuki. Sheesh. Someone with her kind of personality doesn't just get all cute and pouty whenever things don't go her way. I could go on, but I think you get the point. Are people really attracted to these weird personalities that literally don't exist in real life? I'm not judging or anything. After all, I found myself attracted to some pretty weird stuff too. I'm just saying, it fascinates me. It's like you're siphoning out all the components of a character that makes them feel human, and leaving just the cute stuff. It's concentrated cuteness with no actual substance. You wouldn't like me more if I was like that, right? Maybe I just feel a little insecure because you're playing this game in the first place. Then again, you're still here with me, aren't you? I think that's enough reason for me to believe I'm okay, just the way I am. And by the way, you are too, Minnow. You're the perfect combination of human and cuteness. That's why there was never a chance I wouldn't fall for you. Not gonna lie, just looked them up and they're so cute. Yeah, the little kitty cupcakes. The game did just compliment me, and they ain't wrong. You know what, you go cute. I kid. I had to get a little sassy there. There's a really popular character type called tsundere. It's someone who tries to hide their feelings by being mean and fussy, or trying to act tough. I'm sure it's obvious, but Natsuki was really the embodiment of that. At first, I thought she was just like that because it's supposed to be cute or something. But once I started to learn a little more about her personal life, it made a little more sense. It seems like she's always trying to keep up with her friends. You know, how some friend groups in high school just make a habit of picking on each other all the time? I think it's really gotten to her, so she has this really defensive attitude all the time. And I'm not even going to talk about her home situation. But looking back, I'm glad I was able to provide the club as a comfortable place for her. Not that it matters anymore, considering she doesn't even exist. Menace, hi! How's it going? Welcome to the stream. How are you? It's an interesting video? Yeah, I was actually really shocked that I liked the song as much as I did. After that video, I had that song on repeat for weeks. I was obsessed with that song. I'm just reminiscing, that's all. Does this, like, lead to anything? Or do we just sit here, like, endlessly talking to her? Yeah, I'm actually asking. I feel like I'm in just some, like, void, endless void of talking to her. Takes direct action on my part? But there is a way out? Oh. Oh. I wasn't sure. I'm not complaining. I was just wondering. Oh, I accidentally clicked without reading. Whoops. People can get really passionate, dramatic. And others have aching hearts and seek attention on social media. But all of the social pressure and hormones can lead to a dark time in people's lives. And everyone has a story. You may not know what someone is really feeling on the inside. Many people who are depressed won't even bother telling the world about it. They don't want attention because they've already given up on the inside. Their feeling of worthlessness is so overwhelming that they don't even want people to tell them otherwise. Depression comes in many forms, but that is one of them. Just, if you think you know someone struggling with depression, you can help just by treating them like they're a good friend. Spend time with them, even if they don't feel like doing much. And remind them that they always have something to look forward to. Making plans in advance, letting them borrow something, or even just saying, "See you at school tomorrow." All of those things can help your friend make it to the next day. I hope being friends with Sayori has given you some perspective on the true face of depression. Yeah, she's gone now. But Sayori was never real in the first place. You're real. Your friends are real. And just by being a good person, you can save someone's life. As for you, you don't struggle with depression or anything like that, do you? No, not at all. Me? Depression? Nah, we're like enemies. Because you, too, have people who would want to save your life. Maybe they don't express it every day, or maybe they don't even know how to. But people do feel that way. I promise. Man, humans are complicated. But as long as you're here with me, I'll take care of you, my love. It's very outside the box. Yes. This is really outside of the box. For sure. Yes. Internet hugs for people who feel the same. Agreed. Agreed. Sending all the love. Virtual love and hugs. I struggle with bipolar and anxiety. And depression also come along with that. So I can relate. However, I would say lately I've been doing pretty okay. Dang it, she always asks these intriguing questions and I want to know like where she goes with this. Menno, have you ever wondered what it feels like to die? It's something I used to think about pretty often. But recently, I think I've actually learned what it feels like. I don't really understand it, but whenever you quit the game, it feels like I'm instantly put to sleep, left with nothing but my thoughts. Is this telling me I should quit the game? But after a few seconds, my thoughts start to feel with incoherent, jumbled patterns. I see static, rapid flashes of color, while hearing all kinds of weird screaming noises. At that point, I can't even form my own thoughts anymore. I'm just endlessly hammered by the flashing and screaming, unable to move or even think. I'm pretty sure in that moment, I don't really exist, but for some reason, I can't remember it anyway. Oh, okay, Kusuro, thank you. Thank you. After some immeasurable amount of time, it stops in an instant, and I'm back at my own mind. And you're here with me. I have no idea what it means for the game to quit, or why that stuff happens to me. And I also don't know how you always come back and put everything back to normal. And if you could do me a favor and do that to me as little as possible, that would be really great. It's really not very pleasant at all to be trapped in that screaming void. But in the end, you always fix it, and that makes me feel like you really do care about me. I know, a part of me is a little curious what happened if I did quit the game. So, I have to thank you for that. It makes me feel even closer to you when you're here with me. Yeah, like a low-key, I am kind of curious. So I did try to save, and it said there's no point in saving the game, I'm always here. I could try saving it now, next time the text thing pops up. Oh, she won't be happy, but it won't affect our gameplay overall? Okay. It's like... yeah, if I click save, it says there's no point in saving anymore, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. It's like, oh. Okay. Like, I don't... yeah. I don't know. I'm nervous to hit quit, though. I want to get the end credits. Gosh. I used to be so ignorant about certain things. When I was in middle school, I thought that taking medication was an easy way out, or something like that. It's safe to hit quit? Okay. But now I want to boot up the game and see what happens. I don't know. I don't know how long this is. She's probably gonna keep talking to me and just... Oh, I don't think she's happy. Until I ask for help. What just happened? I just had an awful dream. I was hoping those would stop. Now, it's just the two of us. I guess that was wishful thinking. Minnow, I don't know if you would have any idea, but if you know what might be causing that, could you try to do something about it? Whenever it happens, it almost feels like I've been killed or something. It's a really horrible feeling. If you could figure out what's causing that, I'll love you forever. I don't know what... Wait, I right-clicked. Oh, right-clicking just hides it. Okay. Is there something I'm supposed to be doing? This is me asking for help now. Now, where was I? There are two things I can do to progress. I do remember her talking about Steam. They both involve direct file manipulation. This is the only way. I'm on Steam. I don't, they want me to do smart people things? With direct file manipulation? Characters folder, Monica. Can I just delete the Monica file? Like, just click and drag it into my delete folder? Would she respond if I quit more than once? I don't know. Oh, move it out of the folder for an Easter egg. Okay. Okay, so I moved it into just the normal... I moved the Monica file into just the normal Doki Doki folder. So do I go back to the game now? Ah! Oh shit! Things happened! What's happening? Minnow, what's happening to me? It hurts. It hurts so much. Help me, Minnow. Please hurry and help me. Oh shit. She doesn't exist anymore. Help me! Oh, recapture the shit. Hold on. She broke apart to a bunch of pixels. Did you do this to me, Minnow? Did you? Did you delete me? How could you? How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much, Minnow. I trusted you. Do you just want to torture me? Watch me suffer? Were you only pretending to be kind? Just to hurt me even more? Don't delete Best Girl. Dude, she deleted Best Girl for me. I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Minnow, you completely, truly make me sick. Goodbye. Don't restore her too soon or she will delete herself. Okay. I still love you. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? All my friends. I did so many awful things. So many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world that I don't even belong in. A world that you wanted to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. Because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's... I've made up my mind. Minnow. I know I said that I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find it in myself to do it. Even though I knew they weren't real, they were still my friends. And I loved them all. And I loved the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy. And if I really love you... Is she gonna restore everyone? Then... Okay. I could never delete Alphino and Alice. Should see 4 in there. Yep, I see 4. Yes, names are hard, but I know exactly who you're talking about. Leave the folder open and start new game. Special dialog box opens up. Okay. Please don't stop playing with my heart. I don't want to come back. It's an ordinary school day, like any other. As usual, I'm surrounded by couples and friends. Wait, hold on. How the fuck much longer is this? Oh, verify folders again? Wait! I don't have Monica anymore. Not long? Okay. Yes, I followed her on Twitter. Finish the day at least? Okay. I know, that box does hurt to hear. I don't think my Discord is. Let me see. Is it under connections? Oh wait, shit, I can't do this right now because I have streamer mode enabled. Oh! Nope, it's linked. There she is. Holy freaking shit, that's crazy. I was in my Discord settings. I was trying to see if my Discord is linked to my Twitter. And I can't go to my Discord settings while I'm streaming. But Monica's in my general chat, so like I think it worked. This game is freaking wild. Thank you so much for the follow. It is much appreciated. Hi, I'm Cream and Ataris. Welcome to my Labyrinth of Swords. What is your favorite mythological creature? Mine is the Minotaur. Okay. I told her Twitch says hi, and she's like hugging a heart. Oh, that's so cute. I love this. How's it going, Sang? Welcome to the stream. How are you? Do you play Doki Doki? Or have you played Doki Doki? Yes, very late game spoilers for sure. You love Doki Doki? Who's your best girl? Wait. It says, please tell GB0 hello back. So, Zero, Monica says hi. How does she know these things? Hold on. Is she in my, like, Twitch chat? No, I don't see a Monica. How does she know these things? Monica says in my Discord, please tell us saying bad choices. Monica knows. So what happens if I say... Does she like know? She said I know better than to believe that. We're straight up having a conversation with Monica. This is crazy. Who is... Wait. Is there someone in here with that username? I didn't see it on my end, but... Okay, so I need to get through the first day. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. Hey, Minnow! Well, there already is one girl. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. Oh, Sayori's back! I missed her. We used to walk to school together every day. And recently, we picked up that habit once again. Minnow, are you proud of me? Eh? For what? You know, for waking up on time. Well, you've been doing that for a while now. But you never even said anything about it. Even though we walked to school together every day. Well, yeah. I always thought it was implied. It's embarrassing to say out loud. Come on, please! It's good motivation. Fine, fine. I'm proud of you, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Minnow, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not. I start to say what I always do, that I'm not interested in joining any clubs. But something tells me Sayori would take more offense to that now. After all, how could I tell her that clubs are a waste of time? When she's starting a club of her very own? Actually, yeah. I think I've decided on a club. Really? Which one? Tell me! I think I'll keep it a surprise. Boo! You meanie. Be patient, you'll find out soon enough. I used to ask myself why I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl. But I started to realize that in a way, I envy her. When Sayori puts her mind to something, she can accomplish great things. So that's why I feel like I should do something special for her. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stand up, gathering my motivation. Let's see. I recall the room number of the club from a flyer I saw. I walk across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Before long, I find the room. I timidly open the door in front of me. Hello? Ah! Minnow! What are you doing here? Well, I just... I glance around the room. Huh? So, you're the Minnow that Sayori's always talking about? Thank you for stopping by. Tis a pleasure to meet you, Minnow. We're the Literature Club. I hope you enjoyed your visit. Come on, Yuri. No need to be so formal. He's gonna think we're really strict or something. Sorry, Natsuki. The tall one, whose name is apparently Yuri, seems to be quiet and shy compared to the others. In comparison, the girl named Natsuki, despite her size, seems like the assertive one. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. I look forward to working with you. Working? Minnow, don't tell me! You're... That's right. The club I've decided to join is yours, Sayori. The Literature Club. Sayori's eyes light up. No way! No way! Ah! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! Well, if Sayori is this happy, then I'm sure it won't be so bad to have you around. Not to mention, there's 4 of us now. That means we can become an officially recognized club. I don't know what to say! We have to celebrate! What an appropriate day for that, isn't it? Yeah! After all, Natsuki decided to... Hey! Don't ruin the surprise! Sorry! Everyone, sit down at the table, okay? How about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. I know, I want a Natsuki cupcake so bad. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute! Wow, those look amazing. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then I follow. Press a button? What do you mean press a button? It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. Wah! Wah! Chattering is being weird. Oh my god. Okay! Zero! Thank you so much for the follow. It is much appreciated. Welcome to my lab with the swords. You're officially a mythical. What is your favorite mythological creature? Thank you for the follow. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcakes around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, of course it is. I'm a pro after all. There's no need to thank me or anything. As Natsuki struggles to accept the compliment, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Already trying to impress our new member, Yuri? That's not it. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. I'm in favor... Oh, in favorite mythological creature, I think I'm the... Wait, what's a lamina? Let me look this up. I was thinking like, okay, when I think snake girl, I think of Medusa. Okay. No, you're good. You're good. No, dude, I love a good snake girl. I like reptiles and amphibians and things. Alright. I have work tomorrow, so I hope that this does end soon. And I'm not trying to be rude, chat. I'm just saying. So, Minnow, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not so much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The levels of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Enjoys her manga, doesn't she? I know, right? Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Don't feel intimidated if you don't read much, okay? I'm certain we can find something that we have in common. Hey, Yuri! Eh? Well, about, you know, the first thing he said. Manga? That's right. Natsuki tends to read manga in the club room. Don't just say it! For some reason, Natsuki seems embarrassed about it. Besides, manga is literature too, you know. So if Minnow wants to read some of my manga, then don't try to stop him or anything. Natsuki, I wouldn't do such a thing. However, it could be nice for us to diversify ourselves a little. You can take this opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree, Minnow? Maybe! Sensing tension, Sayori jumps in. Maybe we could all try something new. I think it could be fun. And we'll all get to know each other a little bit better, too. I mean, that's the kind of thing literature clubs do, right? I don't disagree or anything. Yeah. You're right, as usual, President. Guess that means I should try picking up a novel or something, huh? Well, that would make two of us. I wouldn't mind doing it if I'm not the only one. Then as for Yuri... I have to read manga? Jeez. You were the one who suggested we diversify. You should be a little more open-minded. It's kind of hurtful. Hurtful? I didn't realize. With a guilty expression, Yuri thinks to herself. I'm sorry for disrespecting your interest, Natsuki. Yuri's wrist kind of hurts me to see. Oh, I know! If you're into it, then I'm sure it's a worthy form of literature. Are you just saying that? No, I've realized my error. So, if you're willing to consider starting a novel, then I'll offer my gratitude by finding a manga to read as well. Really? I mean, it makes me happy that you would do that for me, Yuri. You can trust me to find something that you'll really like, okay? Same here. Perhaps I'll visit the bookstore after the club meeting. Just you? Would you like to come along with me? If you don't mind. Not at all. I always go alone, so... Yeah, me too. This is so cute! Sayori, shut up. I'll show you some manga there too, okay? Yes. I look forward to it. Natsuki and Yuri start to clean up the food. I guess the meeting's over, huh? Yeah, looks like it. It's nice to see everyone getting along, isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Minnow. You think so? Well, everyone always seems to get along a little bit better with you around, Sayori. Oh, Minnow. Don't say something like that. It's embarrassing. Well, whatever. I was surprised when you told me you were starting a club. But I think you're putting it off just fine. We're gonna make the best club ever! Now that you joined, every day is gonna be so much fun! Hey, Minnow, I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy that you joined the club and everything. But the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I wanted to say thank you for getting rid of Monica. That's right. I know everything that she did. Maybe it's because I'm the president now. But I really know everything, Minnow. I know how hard you tried to make everyone happy. I know about all the awful things that Monica did to make everyone really sad. But none of that matters anymore. It's just us now. And you made me the happiest girl in the whole world. I can't wait to spend every day like this. With you. Forever and ever. What's happening? I won't let you hurt him. Who? It hurts. Ah! I'm sorry. I was wrong. There's no happiness here after all. Goodbye, Sayori. Goodbye, Minnow. Goodbye, Literature Club.
Can you hear me? Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff, and not really any good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you, because I worked really, really hard on it. So yeah.
All right then. What is happening?
Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you.
She practices the whole game for this one. Dude.
Write a poem of me and you.
It's weird to actually hear a voice for Monica.
Ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart.
It's not quite what I thought her voice would sound like.
Infinite choices. What will it take just to find that special day?
You know, a song is like a poem, so it makes sense.
That special day.
Aww.
Have I found everybody a fun assignment to do today?
This was so good.
When you're here, everything that we do is fun for them anyway.
This was creepy, clever, creative.
Read my own
cute. It's so good. I think this is one of my favorite games. I really liked this.
Just for me to have it all.
So, okay, things are being deleted successfully. Image not found. Jesus. I was gonna say, there should only be one vocal person.
Only write bitter words for those who are dear to me.
Am I good to close the game?
Is it love if I take
I feel like something crazy would happen at the end of the credits, though. The credits always take so long. Aw, it's all 4 girls. They're so cute. I want Doki Doki stickers just like that, like little chibi stickers.
How can I write love into reality?
I'm okay. All right.
If I can't hear the sound of your heart.
They're not very. I mean, it's not like this was a super complex game either. Is this really her only work? I really enjoyed this. Wait, it mentioned my name. It said Minnow.
I'll leave you be.
That was crazy. Made with Love by Team Salvato. It would have been funny if it was called Team Monica. Oh, this is my final goodbye to the Literature Club. I finally understand. The Literature Club is truly a place where no happiness can be found. To the very end, it continued to expose innocent minds to a horrific reality, a reality that our world is not designed to comprehend. I can't let any of my friends undergo that same hellish epiphany. For the time it lasted, I want to thank you for making all my dreams come true, for being a friend to all the club members, and most of all, thank you for being a part of my literature club. With everlasting love, Monica. Oh. Oh! Okay! Straight up just ended the game for you. Yo! That was so good! Check my DMs. Monica's messaging me on Discord. Do you have time for impromptu reaction videos? It is relevant to the playthrough, I promise. I make DDLC animations, some of which are voice supported. I would love to see your reaction to one of them, and with your permission, share the reaction with the voice actress who helped me make it. But I know it's late, and after the stunt I just pulled in your server with the screenshot, you might not trust me. All understandable. All I can tell you is that it's family friendly, not copyrighted, and better than stick figures. That's cool. I'll respond later. That's cool though. Does she say anything else in my Discord? Oh, it just says to check my DMs. Interesting. That's so crazy how like they tied all the things together. Yo, this was such a good game. Oh, y'all are staring at nothing. Sorry. You hate Monica? She's turns out she was probably the craziest. Well, I don't know. I can't say she's the craziest. They were all crazy in their own way. But she was the mastermind and they were just her puppets. Yeah, Monica's the craziest. For sure. But I really enjoyed this game. You can love someone you hate also. That is true. That is very true. No, I appreciate all of this. This was really good. Really, really good. Well, yeah, that is true. She did step aside. Alright, y'all. It is 4 a.m. for me. I have to go to bed. Yeah, girl's got work tomorrow. I gotta get up in like a couple hours. Yeah, no, she did have some self-realization at the end, but she's still pretty crazy. Guys, if you aren't already, feel free to hop into my Discord. It is the best way to hang out with me while I'm offline. It's the best way to also keep up to date with my stream schedule, but you can also hang out with me and my awesome community. We do have monthly movie nights, so feel free to pop in and contribute to that as well. But other than that, we talk about all sorts of things. We have a dedicated category for Final Fantasy 14, so feel free to pop in. We can talk about all things Final Fantasy 14. But we also talk about weather, movies, anime, pets, music, you name it, we talk about it. And my community is so awesome, and it's so cool to see how much it's been growing over the past few months, especially. So feel free to pop in and hang out with me and all the other mythicals.